I'm going to get started. Whoever wants to jump on as we go along, they can just hop right in. Again, my name is Jenna. I'm a yoga teacher and meditation teacher here in New York City for those joining who I don't personally know. This is a 30-minute Yoga for Runners session in partnership and collaboration with the 100 Mile Club. So if you're one of my followers, absolutely go ahead and check them out after this session. I'll post their information again in my story. But it is such a aligned type of a collaboration, as these practices, as I just mentioned from sharing my personal story, really work so beautifully together. So we're going to get started in a child's pose. Bringing your knees out wide to the outside edges of your mat. Sinking your hips towards your heels, lengthening your forearms out long, and then melting the weight of your torso down to the earth. So lowering your heart space and your forehead down to the ground beneath you. And once you've arrived there, take these next few breaths to settle into your practice, to close your eyes, to release your weight down to the earth. Trust in the force of gravity to hold you close. Arrive to your body, doing a brief body scan, checking in with yourself, just asking, pausing to ask yourself, how do I feel right now? Where are the places in the body that may be a bit uncomfortable today? Or if you're working through any injury, just sending those spaces a little extra love, breathing in to any pain. And then also remembering to check in with the places that support you all day long, that are healthy and working well. Our mind so naturally travels to the negative. It's important to send that breath of nourishment and love to the spaces that are working well. Your legs for the ability to run, your mouth for the ability to smile. Just taking these next few breaths to honor your body exactly where you're at. And as we move through practice today, I ask you to stay with that check-in, to move in a way that serves you best. I am here to guide you through these poses, but you are the navigator of your own body and practice. So if there's anything that you're like, nope, that doesn't feel too good, remove yourself from that pose. Move into something else or a different variation. And then on the flip side of things, if we're in a pose and you're like, wow, this feels amazing, it's exactly what I needed, stay. You don't have to move on as soon as I do. And taking one more deep inhale, drop the belly, expand through the back. And on an exhale, just see where you can soften a little bit more. And when you reach your edge in this practice, soften. Soften till you slip through the constraints of limitation and can arrive back to yourself. And while we're in this child's pose, the invitation to set an intention for your practice. Maybe that's just remaining present. Maybe that is honoring that check-in with your body today. Or maybe there's something a bit more personal that you want to bring to your mat this morning. Whatever it is, inhale, breathe that intention and let it light you up from the inside out to energize your body with your breath. And exhale as you begin to round the spine, drag your palms towards your knees. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky as you lift up onto the shins, lengthen through the side body, hands come into prayer. Exhale, draw your prayer to your heart center. Inhale, open your arms up to cactus, stretching through the front body, shoulder blades kiss behind the spine, activate the hands, spread the fingers apart. And exhale as you drop the hands to the ground and come into all fours. And taking a moment here, sliding your knees in so they're right underneath your hips. An option to close your eye, just move your body however it feels best for you. Massaging the body through movement and moving the spine in a way that's organic and uniquely yours. Returning back to neutral, and we'll move through just 3 rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, arch the spine, gaze up, feel the back activate as the belly and the front body stretch. And on an exhale, go ahead and switch this. Dome the spine, suck the low belly in and up, press through the palms, drop the head. 2 more times. Inhale, arch the belly, moving into a cow pose. Gaze up, feel the stretch in the throat. And exhale, round the spine, tuck the pelvis, drop the head, dome the upper back. And this is our cat pose. 1 more time in each posture, inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. And then coming back to a neutral spine, you're going to step your left foot back and then your right foot back. We're in a high plank. So staying here for a moment, just firing up the core, activating this shape. Breathing in, feeling that long line of energy from the crown of the head shooting out the heels of the feet. Coming into a powerful plank. Take 1 more deep inhale. And on an exhale, lift the hips up high, drop the heels in the head, and come into your downward facing dog. Bend the knees to make this really accessible and soft. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Press to the palms to shift the heart space towards the tops of the thighs. Inhale, gaze forward in between your hands. Lift high into the balls of the feet. And on an exhale, take baby steps to the top of the mat. And we'll meet in a forward fold. Bend your knees. Drape your torso over the tops of your thighs. Lift your seat a little higher up towards the sky. Press through the feet. So feel this connection, this rootedness from feet down to the mat. Feeling stable in the lower half of your body. So the top half of your body can be free and mobile, relaxed and at ease. Breathing into the back body, so the backs of the legs, as well as the spine, the neck, letting the head be heavy, the arms dangle. I'm just staying here for a few more breaths, opening up the legs, maybe pedal the knees out. And then find your way back to stillness. Inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up to the sky, press through the feet, lift the low belly in and up, stretch through the body, a full body stretch as your hands come to prayer above you. And then exhale, prayer comes to heart center, bend the knees, fold back over your body into a forward fold. Placing the left hand in the center of the mat, bend to the left knee, press through a straight and strong right leg. And on an inhale, sweep that right arm up to the sky. Open the heart space to the right. You're going to feel this nice juicy stretch in your IT band on the right side. So keeping a bend in the left knee. Press through the left hand, lift the right arm away. So you're reaching away from the torso with your arms and pressing through the heel of the right foot. And keep the right leg active. So lift up on that muscle that's right above the kneecap on the right side. Finding a length in the spine, so almost as if you're reaching your head forward as you pike your hips back a bit. So we're activating all limbs and muscles to stretch the IT band as effectively as possible. Breathing into this dynamic stretch. And exhale, go ahead, bend the right knee, lower the right hand down to the earth. Switch the hands, so pressing the right hand into the mat. Bend the right knee as you straighten the left leg and sweep the left arm up to the sky, breathing in. And exhale, pressing that right hand and that left foot into the earth. Lifting the low belly up and away from the tops of the thighs. So you can twist from the core and find a natural rotation of the spine. Maybe even your gaze looks up to the left fingertips, up towards the sky. Take 1 more deep inhale here, breathing into the IT band on the left side. And on an exhale, dropping the hand, bending both knees, coming back to your forward fold. Inhale, sweep everything up towards the sky. Take that full body stretch. And exhale, bending the knees, hands through heart center, coming back to your forward fold. Inhale, you're going to take a halfway lift, lengthen. So placing the fingertips on the shins to lift the spine to straight, suck the belly up away from the thighs and begin to pour the weight into the balls of the feet. Take 1 more breath here. And on an exhale, begin to fold back down towards the earth. Press the hands onto the ground. Step the right foot back and then the left foot back. We've returned to our plank. Dropping the knees to the earth. And then begin to send the hips down towards the mat, keeping the arms straight as you lengthen the legs and arch the spine, open up into your cobra pose. And this is such a restorative and beneficial posture for your psoas. So all you runners know that is a very important part of the body for running. So staying here for just a bit longer, seeing if you can place all of the energy in the arms and in the openness of the heart and release all of the muscles from the waist down. So you're completely heavy and relaxed from the waist down. And take one more inhale, breathe and press through the palms, open the heart, find an arch in the spine. And exhale as you shift back to your down dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up high. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky. So we're coming into a three-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot outside of the right hand, finding a lizard lunge. Pressing into a strong and straight left leg, squeeze the left glute. So you have an anchor of stability here as you begin to circle your hips in one direction and then the other. Again, finding those strong straight arms and a lift in the belly. So we're creating a stabilization through the muscles that we're not as focused on in the stretch. So the muscles we are stretching, for example, the right hip in this posture, can be free to move in a safe and conscious way. And wherever you're at, if you've taken circles or maybe shifted your weight forward to back, begin to find your way back to stillness. Dropping the left knee to the earth, untuck the toes. Inhale, sweep that right arm up to the sky for a lizard lunge. A few options here. You can place the heel of the hand right where the right thigh meets the torso, so in your hip flexor, and press your chest away from the thigh. You can also begin to bend the left knee, dragging the heel up towards the seat. So using the hamstring to move the foot towards your body, and then reach that right arm up and back to catch the outside of the left foot with the hand. And this posture is so beneficial as it's a twist, a hip opener, and a quad stretch. If you're here comfortably and want to move down to the left forearm for a bit deeper of a variation, go ahead and do so. Wherever you're at, knowing that twists in this practice wring out our organs of any stale air or oxygen. So especially for running, when breath is such an imperative part of the practice, when we twist in this practice, we naturally compress a specific body part to let go of any stale air, oxygen, blood cells. So when we untwist, all of this fresh energy floods that space and revitalizes that part of the body. Wherever you are, beginning to release the back foot, sweep the right arm up, back to the inside of the right foot, tuck the left toes, press the left leg to straight, and then you're gonna heel toe your right foot into the center of the mat. So you're switching your right hand from the inside of the foot to the outside. We're in a low lunge. Staying high on the ball of the back foot, begin to straighten the right leg. We're coming into pyramid pose. So on an inhale, find length in the spine first. So lift up to that flat back, just like we did in our half lift lengthen. And then on an exhale, begin to melt your torso over the right thigh, and dropping the forehead to the knee. Again, staying high on the ball of the back foot, that ensures that the stretch is completely in the right hamstring. And taking a few breaths here, maybe even visualizing, breathing into the back of that right leg, breathing in that nourishing oxygen and energy. And as you exhale, release anything you're working on letting go of, release any tension or stress, any hold on the muscle. Softening in to this pretty intense posture. Take one more deep inhale. And on an exhale, option to lift the spine back to your halfway lift. And begin to move the left hand to the inside or the outside of that right foot. I'm going to keep it on the inside today as it's early and I'm still warming up my body. On an inhale, just like we did in our standing posture, we're going to sweep that right arm up and open to the right. So again, moving into a deeper IT band stretch. And this is our revolved pyramid pose. Breathing in here. And if this is too challenging for you or just not where your body's at this morning, absolutely go ahead, lower that right hand back down and either stay in your pyramid or with the hand to the earth, just shift your heart space and twist your torso to the right. You'll still get the benefits of the twist. Wherever you're at, now lowering that right hand, squaring back to neutral, bending the right knee. And then we're going to drop the heel of the left foot so the back of the foot is parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to inhale the arms up and find your warrior two. And exhale, bend that right knee a little deeper. Shrug the shoulders up and then down the spine, reaching the arms away from the body. Inhale, straighten that right leg. Tip back to reversed triangle. And then on an exhale, we're going to find triangle pose. So I'll walk you through it. Come back to teed out arms. Begin to reach forward with the right hand to shift your rib cage forward as you pike your hips back. Press through the feet. Keep the legs active. So once more, we're going to lift up on that muscle that's right above the kneecaps. And then you're going to tilt the right hand down to the shin as the left arm sweeps up to the sky. We're going to keep the hips reaching forward and the spine can find a natural arch. So visualizing if there's two panes of glass on either side of you, your body is sliding in between them. And staying here for one more deep inhale. One more complete exhale. Inhale, press through the feet to lift you back up to stand. Exhale, bend the front knee, warrior two. And then cartwheel the hands back down to frame the right foot. Pop up onto the ball of the left foot. Plant the hands, step back to high plank, and then lift your booty up, drop your head low, downward facing dog. We're gonna move onto the left side. So lifting the left leg up, three-legged dog. And on an exhale, step the left foot outside the left hand, finding your lizard lunge. And begin to rotate the hips from little circles, maybe shift forward and back with your body weight again, whatever feels good here. But staying strong and stable in that right leg, so squeezing the right glute. Pressing through both hands, active arms. And taking one more breath here. And then dropping that right knee, untuck the toes, press into the right hand as you sweep your left arm up to the sky for your lizard lunge. Same options on this side, but I invite you to again stay present in your body. Maybe the option that worked for you on the other side is perfect for this side, or maybe this side's completely different and there's a different accessibility in terms of the muscle groups on this side. So try layering it on first. Stay in the twist and then begin to lower the hand to the top of that left thigh. Rotate your heart space. And if this is enough for you, if this provides the sensation you're looking for, stay. If you want to begin to reach that left arm back to catch the right foot, find the quad stretch, and go ahead and move into this variation. And again, if you have this pretty easy and comfortably, you can lower that right forearm to the earth. Staying here for a few breaths wherever you are, releasing any attachment to ego, letting go of what you think maybe other people in this session are doing, or even what you've done in a previous version of your body. Often my problem with myself that I work through is not comparison to other people, but it's comparison to a previous version of myself where I was, say, 20 and running 5 miles a day and things were just a little bit more accessible. So being grateful for exactly where you're at in this body, in this moment. Releasing the foot from the hand if it's there. Finding your way back to your lizard lunge. And come onto the ball of the right foot, straighten the right leg, and then begin to heel toe that left foot into midline, coming into your low lunge. Staying high on the ball of the right foot. On an inhale, straighten that left leg. First, find your long spine, prop up onto the fingertips, and then on an exhale, fold over the left leg. Breathing in to an expansive left hamstring. Sending a nurturing, energizing breath into the back of the left leg as you soften in the face, the belly, the shoulders. Breathing here. And now the option to walk the right hand to the inside or outside of that left foot and begin to lift the left arm up towards the sky as you rotate to the left, transitioning this stretch from hamstring into IT band. And this is probably my favorite one, because my IT bands are not ideal. Wherever you are, taking one more deep inhale, pressing into the right hand, reaching through the left. And then exhale, floating that left hand back down to the earth. Bending the left knee. And we're going to drop the right heel to the earth. Again, ensuring that the back of the right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. So setting up for our warrior two. Inhale, cartwheel the arms up, arrive to your warrior two. And exhale, pressing into the heel of the left foot, into the outer edge of that right foot. Inhale, straighten the front leg, sweep the arms back, reverse triangle. And exhale, triangle pose, so coming back to the T shape, shifting your rib cage forward, piking your hips back, trying to stay in that pane of glass so the body is super straight. And then tipping the left hand down to the shin while you lift your right arm up to the sky. If you have a bit more accessibility, a bit more flexibility and openness here, the left hand may find its way down to the earth. Pressing through the feet. Again, keeping those legs active, and maybe your gaze floats up to the right hand. Breathing here. Inhale, come all the way up to straight, lifting through the core. Exhale, bend that right knee. Cartwheel the hands down to the earth and step back into your high plank. Breathing in here for a moment. And exhale, drop the knees down to the earth. We're in all fours. Crossing the ankles behind you and coming up and over your feet with your booty, sending the legs out front. And we're on the ground in an easy seat, legs out long. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And exhale, fold. Coming into a forward fold. Feet are flexed, grabbing for the feet, bend the knees, and then begin to melt your forehead down towards your shins. I'm just gonna do a quick time check. All right, 5 minutes. Perfect. Okay. So we're in our forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms back up and exhale them down beside you. For this next stretch, you can absolutely do it on the ground, just exactly where you're at. If you have a wall or a couch, a surface where you can place your foot up against for a bit more stability, I invite you to move over to that space now. So if you're on the ground, you can do this without, if you're on the ground, you're gonna be on the ground wherever you are, but if you don't have a surface, no problem. If you do, begin to move over to that surface, lie onto your backs. And placing your left foot against the surface, so the wall or the couch, and if you don't have a surface nearby, you can just lift the left knee up and grab behind the thigh with your hands to create that surface or that resistance with your own two hands. Once you've arrived to wherever you are, lift the right leg up, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, keep the right foot flexed, And settle into this figure 4 stretch. So with the assistance either of the wall, the couch, or with the hands behind the thigh. And if your hands are behind the thigh, you can use your right elbow to gently guide the right knee a bit further away from the body. If you are lying on the ground with the surface as a point of stability, you can just use your right hand to press the right knee away. If that creates a deeper sensation and a more beneficial stretch, again, wherever you're at this morning, honor that. Maybe the shape enough without the hand or elbow pressure is perfect, so stay there. If you want to intensify this even more, you can scoot your booty in towards the wall or the couch. Taking one more breath, and then go ahead and switch. So place the right foot against the surface, lift the left foot up, ankle comes to the top of the thigh, ensuring that left foot stays super flexed. And bring your awareness to the outside of the left hip and let everything else go. Release your weight to the earth. Feel the hips, but let the belly, the chest, the back of the head, the shoulders be soft and held. Taking one more breath here, and then unwinding, lifting both feet up to the sky. And this is one of my favorite stretches of all time. You're going to cross your legs like you're sitting in a chair. So the right leg over the left, bend the knees, flex the feet. So zip the inner thighs together so the knees are stacked on top of each other, if that's possible for you. And then you're going to place your hands in prayer, reach up, and then up and over the knees so your hands are in between your feet. And then you're going to grab for the outsides of the feet with the hands. So the left hand is actually grabbing the outside of the right foot. The right hand is grabbing the outside of the left foot. You're going to lower your head, neck, and shoulders back onto the earth, flexing the feet. You're going to use your hands to move the feet away from each other and then down towards your body. And breathing into this pretty intense shape. Maybe rocking from side to side a bit to bring some movement and keep the energy flowing. Feel the stretch in different places. And then when you're ready, go ahead and switch sides. So lift the feet back up, cross the legs over, reach the hands between the feet, grab for the outside edges of the feet, lower the head, neck, and shoulders, flex the feet, and press the feet away from each other and down towards the earth. Ooh, this side is a lot more tight for me. And again, option here to sway the hips, even close the eyes, and just release and let go a bit. Taking one more breath. And then begin to unwind. Hug the knees into the chest. Find your way back to your mat if you were by a wall or a couch. Let everything go out long. Coming into Shavasana, our final resting posture. And when you've arrived here, close your eyes. Encourage your weight to be heavy. Checking in with any shifts that have occurred from the beginning of your practice until now. Asking yourself the same question we started with. How do you feel? And not being judgmental of the answers, just from a place of curiosity, of neutral observance. How do you feel? giving yourself permission to rest. You have done all of the work. And just by showing up to your mat and committing to this practice, so let go. Take this final breath or two just to be and breathe in stillness and restoration. And when you're ready, you can begin to roll the ankles, the wrists. Lift one knee into the chest and the other, and roll over onto the right side. I'm pausing here for a moment in this fetal shape, as this pose is one that is reflective of moving this practice off of the mat and into our lives. So knowing that anything that we worked through today is available to you at all times. There were not any props or tools or special additional props or whatever. Anything besides our body that we used today to create these releases. So just as when you run and the body gets tight and frustrated and maybe some limitations or boundaries are put into place, that's so reflective of life right now, right? We have all of these limitations and boundaries, whether they're put into place by other people or by ourselves. So knowing that it is always an option to come back to your mat, to close your eyes, to move and breathe, and move past these limitations and find your way back to yourself. Begin to press yourself up to a seat. Hands at heart center, eyes closed. And just taking this final moment to honor your practice and to honor the intention you brought forth with you to class, and to honor yourself by moving, breathing, and being exactly as you are. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.